Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Leanne and today we're going to be doing lower back release. So this is a nice short one so that we can release any lower back discomfort and pain. But if you are feeling quite high acute pain, please see your health professional to help assist you on that one. But grab your mat, roll it out and we'll get started. So once again, from the back of your mat, just taking your big toes to touch, knees wide. Now, if this is too much for the hips, you can always take the knees in closer together. And then from here, we're going to keep the bottom back towards the heels and we're going to just come over into child's pose. Rest the forehead all the way down to the floor. And lengthen your fingers forwards. This is extended version here. Feel the hands lengthen forward and then press through the fingertips as you shift the hips back toward the heels. Breathing here, try to soften the torso down. And start to focus your attention in your breath and direct it down into the lower part of your belly and the lower back. So if you can, taking the breath into the nose, down into the lungs, and all the way to the belly. Feel it into the lower back, lift and lengthen. Exhale, soften the breath out. It's going to take 2 more breaths here. Keep lengthening the fingers forward, pulling the shoulders back toward the hips and the hips back toward the heels. After your final exhale, we're going to inhale, slowly rise on up. This is always nice to release the spine, coming into a bit of a balasana, cat and cow. Just those spine releases, dropping the belly down, broadening through the collarbones, and then pressing through the hands, tucking your tailbone under, rounding your upper back out, draw the hips forward. So we're going to take 5 rounds here, moving with the breath. Exhale, releasing out. It's really nice to just feel the front of the body lengthen and articulating each part of the spine, flexing it forward and extending it back. And then from here, just coming back to neutral position. And then we're going to just lower down onto our belly. So whatever works for you for that one. So just bend your elbows and come down with the chest. Lengthen the legs long. So take the hands beneath the shoulders, fingers pointing forward. We'll take our baby cobra. So just pick up the feet, tops of feet pressing firmly down into the floor. Squeeze the legs on, draw the belly in, and start to open through the heart. So we don't really want the weight through the hands, just a gentle resting of the hands down. Back of the neck nice and long. Squeeze the belly in. Pulling up on the pelvic floor, gentle squeeze through the bottom, press tops of feet down. Exhale, release the legs, release the forehead down. Inhale, opening up, squeezing the legs, kneecaps lift. Draw the belly in, shoulders press toward the hips. Back of the neck is nice and long. Nice, exhale, release down. Let's come into a sphinx from here, so slide your fingers forward, elbows underneath the shoulders and the forearms are parallel. Draw the shoulders back toward the hips, opening through the heart. Maybe this one, just take your feet a little wider, tops of feet pressing down, and then try to relax through the lower limbs for this one. This one's not as active, so you'll feel the front of the pelvis softening down, and you'll feel the heart opening up. Now this is perfect for releasing those lower back when you've got chronically tight or acute lower back muscles. This will be a nice release because it's kind of taking the pressure off, taking them the opposite direction that they're used to doing. You're pressing through the elbows and opening through the heart, even a gentle squeeze of the shoulder blades in towards each other. Take 1 more breath here. As you exhale, you're just going to release down onto the forehead. Take your hands a little wider than your mat, spread your fingers nice and wide. So option here to come up onto the fingertips if you like. This gives you a little bit more activation through the fingers. And then pressing through the fingers, that's to lift and open through your heart, opening into seal. So these are a little bit more yin style poses in our yoga, but they give and offer that beautiful release through the lower back. So feel through here if you need to take it a little deeper, sliding your fingers back toward the hips a little more, opening through the heart a little more, to really feel into what is, best for your body. And where you're going to find your depth. And if it's with the fingers a lot closer toward the front of the mat, that's perfectly fine. Opening, broadening. One more breath. Nice exhale, slowly release down. Slide your fingers in line with the shoulders once more, fingers pointing forward. Take the feet back together, almost in line with the hips. And then from here, come back through your baby cobra. Easing it up, elbows squeeze in, chest lifts up. Exhale, release, forehead down. From here, tuck your toes, press out through the hands and the knees through a kneeling plank, and just shift the hips back nice and slowly. And keep the knees together for this one, big toes to touch, and come back into child's pose to release. This one, I want you to take your arms alongside the body, the fingers reach. Just really feeling everything come forward and over. That full breath in. Long exhale out. Just one more of those breaths. Exhale completely. Slowly rising on up, pull the core in. So it's essential to start really finding some core stability and strengthening your core if you have got a lot of lower back issues. But in the meantime, we'll just work on releasing them. So I've got a strap for this one. So this is the strap I'm going to use. If you don't have a strap, but you've got some sort of elastic stretchy band that you use for your other typical workouts, or you've got just some sort of something, I don't know, if you've got something to help play with. So I'm just making a loop with this one, and this way it's nice and easy. You don't have to make this loop, but it's just nice and easy to use, and it releases the tension through my shoulders. So I'm not taking the tension from my hips into my shoulders. I'm just going to lay down onto the back, and just to begin, we're going to hug the left knee in towards the chest. Nice. Relax the shoulders, the outer arms down, moving ponytails that get in the way a lot. And just releasing through the hips, start to lengthen the right leg long. And then with your strap, you're going to grab your strap. And if you haven't made your loop, that's okay. You can just take the strap over the ball of the foot, just below the toes. Walk your hands up nice and long and press out through the heel. So you start to take the leg up, lengthen long. Try not to lock out the knee joint. You want to micro bend through the knee and keep your arms long, but your shoulders pulling back in toward the mat. Flex the toes in towards the shin, and even start to squeeze the right thigh on and flex the right toes in. So you might feel it through your lower back for here already. So option here if you've got that strap long, and I personally like to have the loop because then I don't have to use both hands. And I can just keep drawing the left shoulder down. Squeezing the right thigh on. Drawing it in. Walking the hand up the strap as it starts to shorten, and the toes come and the hamstring opens. Nice. From here, we're going to come into an inner groin stretch. So you're just going to let that left foot come out to the left side. You can take your right arm out, palm facing down, if you need that stability. And just keep drawing the foot up towards the head, using your bicep muscles. Keep squeezing the right thigh on. Taking that full breath in. Just 2 to 3 breaths here. And then when you're ready, slowly engaging the core, rise on up. You're going to change your hands. So now you want the right hand. Now it might come further down, the strap to begin with. You're going to take that left foot over to the right, twisting through the spine. And once again, just using the hands, walking them up the strap, press through the heel, and try to soften the left shoulder down. Keep squeezing through the right thigh, and that micro bend through the knee so you're not locking it out. Full breath in, long exhale out. slowly come back to center, releasing the strap from the foot and lowering the leg down. Shift the hips back to center, let the legs lengthen, and just feel the sensations through the feet and the legs for one moment. Before we come onto the other side, hugging the right knee in, releasing through the hip, flex the left toes, squeezing the left thigh on. Try to keep the back of the spine nice and long, lengthening tailbone down. And same as we did on the other side. So the option here that you had of the strap over the ball of the foot, making sure the arms are nice and long, or if you like me, like the little loop, reaching the foot up. Toes flexing back toward the head and left toes curling in toward the shin. So both legs are active. So trying to pull away from each other, but you're using your right arm and the bicep to pull the foot back. So you'll know what's best for you. Micro bending through the knee, not locking it out. Just going to protect the knee joint with that little bit of activation around the knee. Breathing there. Drawing the right shoulder down into the floor, pressing the shoulders toward the hips. Nice. Then we'll take that out open to the side, taking the foot out to the right, feeling stretch through inner groin, again using the bicep muscles. If you can take hold of the toe, then you can take hold of the toe with the piston grip with the fingers, but just feeling that inner groin stretch and open. Just 2 breaths there. And then from there, just slowly drawing the core in, taking the leg back up to center, releasing the right, take the left hand to take hold, and then just popping the right arm out wide, palm facing down, take the foot over toward the right. Woo! And let the shoulder relax down, twisting through the spine, trying to rest the upper back to the floor. Keep drawing the toes in towards the head, walking the hands up the strap and keep flexing through the left toes. Breathe into the outside of the hip. Keep drawing the hips back away from the toe. One more breath there. And then slowly core activated, draw the leg back up in, removing the strap if you like, and then resetting the hips and lowering the leg down. Feeling the sensations through both legs, adjusting the hips, hands alongside the body. Let's take a moment, and then we're going to take our Supta Baddha Konasana, so reclined bound angle, taking the knees wide, soles of feet together, palms to face up. Just relaxing through the shoulders. Feeling the inner groin open, letting gravity soften through the knees. And then from here, just slowly draw the knees back into center, hug the knees to the chest, take the hands underneath the thighs. You're going to roll on up, coming back to your seated position to end your practice. Thank you for joining me on this practice today. Be sure to check out the other videos on my channel. Until next time, bye-bye.
We all wanna be a little strong.